You have ambition. You have big dreams. You want to succeed. You want to live the life you've always imagined. But there's one problem. You're lazy. You know exactly what you should do, but you don't do it. Day after day, you postpone, you miss opportunities, and then you blame yourself for not acting. Because deep down, you know you're capable of so much more. Yet instead of changing, you keep repeating the same pattern. Guilt grows, and eventually, you make peace with it. You accept procrastination as a part of who you are. The loop you're stuck in. When a new year arrives, you set the same old goals. You start strong, full of determination and excitement. You tell yourself this year will be different. But then, procrastination shows up. Like an uninvited guest who always finds your door open. You say, I'll start tomorrow, then maybe next week. And one day you look back and realize you've been stuck in a never-ending loop. Laziness, delay, frustration, new goals, repeat. You want to break free, you want to move forward, but you don't know how. Common advice that doesn't work. You start searching for answers. You watch endless videos and read countless quotes. Delete social media, remove distractions, plan your day, be more disciplined. And yes, those things help for a while, but somehow you always end up back where you started. Because the real problem isn't your motivation. It's not your plan. The real problem is inertia. Inertia, the invisible force holding you back. In physics, inertia is the tendency of an object to remain in its current state. If it's at rest, it wants to stay at rest. If it's moving, it wants to keep moving, unless a force acts upon it. You're no different. When you procrastinate, you're simply trapped in your own inertia. It's not that you're incapable, it's just that starting feels too hard. You think about writing that 5,000-word essay, and it feels like climbing a mountain. You want to start working out, but the idea of training for months feels overwhelming. You want to start a business, but the endless to-do list crushes your motivation. You're not weak, you're just fighting against your own momentum. The good news about inertia. Here's the truth. If inertia is the reason you're stuck, then it can also become your greatest ally. Because once you understand it, you can use it to your advantage. You don't need a massive burst of motivation. You just need a small push, a single act strong enough to break the stillness. That's all it takes. Because once movement begins, momentum takes over. The same law that once held you back now carries you forward. Strategy number 1, make the first step ridiculously easy. This is the first key to breaking inertia. Most people procrastinate because they make things too hard at the start. When you tell yourself, I have to finish a 5,000-word essay, your brain hears, this is huge, too much, let's delay. So instead, shrink the task until failure becomes impossible. Don't write 5,000 words, write 50. Don't study for 3 hours, read 1 page. Don't work out for an hour, do 1 push-up. That's it. The smaller it gets, the easier it feels to begin. And once you start, you'll want to keep going, because an object in motion tends to stay in motion. Strategy number 2, the 2-minute rule. If you don't feel like doing something, tell yourself, I'll just do it for 2 minutes. Don't want to clean your room? Play 1 song. Clean until it ends. Don't want to write? Set a 2-minute timer and write whatever comes to mind. Don't want to exercise? Put on your gym clothes and move for 2 minutes. Most people never stop after 2 minutes. Why? Because they've already broken inertia. Momentum has begun. In the beginning, you have to push the ball uphill, but once it crosses the peak, it rolls on its own. That's what happens with effort. The hardest part is always the first movement. Momentum, the silent power that keeps you going. Once you've started, something magical happens. The effort begins to feel lighter. The resistance fades. You no longer need to rely on motivation, because momentum becomes your natural state. Inertia doesn't care whether your actions are good or bad. It simply maintains whatever you repeat. If you procrastinate daily, that becomes your inertia. If you act daily, that becomes your inertia too. Your goal isn't to fight laziness with willpower, but to redirect your inertia toward movement. How to apply this to any area of life? This principle works everywhere. Fitness, don't plan a full workout. Just put on your shoes and move. Business, don't wait for the perfect idea. Just write 1 line on paper. Learning, don't aim for perfection. Just open the book and read a paragraph. Relationships, don't wait for the perfect moment. Just send 1 message. Every great thing you've ever seen started with something small, almost invisible. Martin Luther King once said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step." That's what this is about. The courage to take the smallest possible step when the mountain looks too high. Procrastination isn't laziness. Remember this. Procrastination isn't a sign of laziness. It's a symptom of inertia. An object at rest stays at rest until a force acts upon it. The hardest part is never the journey. It's the first step, the decision to move. The art of small beginnings. Write 50 words instead of 5,000. Do one push-up instead of an hour workout. Work for 2 minutes instead of worrying all day. Repeat this daily. Because repetition creates rhythm, and rhythm builds momentum. Soon, you'll stop being a dreamer and become a doer. You'll stop thinking in some days and start living in today. When you do this long enough, you'll change your life without even realizing it. Not through massive effort, but through consistent motion. You don't need to transform everything in a single day. You just need to start today, no matter how small. Losing and call to action. If you're ambitious but lazy, if you're full of dreams but trapped in delay, this is your wake-up call. You don't need motivation. You don't need the perfect plan. You just need to start. Take one action, however small, and let inertia work for you, not against you. Because once you move, momentum will carry you. You'll stop being the person who waits and become the one who acts. You'll stop postponing your potential and start living it. So don't wait for tomorrow. Begin today. Begin now. Motivation gets you started, inertia keeps you moving.